Boom! He's back. Back in the tube. Janik, your host. There's something expanding, certainly not the universe. But maybe it's expanding too. Maybe the plane is expanding, but I think it's more our awareness that is expanding. There's not a. I don't see expansion as something inattainable. It's very possible to expand. It's possible to change, to expand, to become more aware as a whole. I can become more aware of myself of a lot of things, but we need to make the whole plane aware of who we are. Of who we are, and not only who we are, but what we are doing with our action. Being aware of our actions, how destructive they are. That's very important. Most people don't even know that their actions are very, very destructive, very cause a lot of destruction. That's what I think is gotta raise the awareness on that side. We have to become more aware of the harm that we are causing. First of all, I think recognizing the harm that you're causing in the with your actions, with your behavior or your actions or whatever. Because we are causing a lot of suffering to the animals, to the plane, to the earth. Also, not only the animals, we're destroying everything. We're sucking everything off the earth, like from the ground, from the air, from like we take pretty much everything we can take from here, and we often turn it into something that is not very. It's not for the benefit of us all. When we do something, when we are aligned with creating with nature, we also create something that is for the benefit of us all. That's good. Even if you create something that costs money, you want to create value around it. Even if you sell a product or something like that, you want it to make it of real value for others. Nothing wrong with that. Where is your focus? Where is your focus? What are you creating in this moment? Are you distracted by the entertainment? Entering into the house of mirrors? That's what entertainment is. That is swirling all around us through various forms of media. Mind control. Media is mind control. Continuing to ride the same emotionally reactive roller coaster that is the same play, simply a different scene. Did you really think it would be over with the facet of the fake election concluding? Thus unconsciously creating more of the same, overlay, and playing your part perfectly. Yeah, some people play their part perfectly in the overlay. They're really good players. Or as the play becomes so ridiculously obvious that there is no other choice than to accept your inherent gift as creator incarnate and responsibly exercise your power to bring forward a completely different reality that is void of hatred, judgment, chaos, dependencies, and death that we have innocently created thus far. Are you ready and willing to take responsibility for your part in what has been naively created? Feeling and releasing the trauma that has been introduced and unconsciously perpetuated, thus dissolving the fear-based ego that was birthed to survive in the overlay and all of its programming that once drove your choices that can only lead to more harm. Are you willing to stand firm in your power? Regardless of how many others may or may not be strong enough or willing to join you. Some walks you have to be willing to take alone, that's for sure. If you're not willing to take some walks alone, you might not as well start your journey. Don't start. Because for sure. Are you willing to stand firm in your power, regardless of how many others may or may not be strong enough or willing to join you, releasing the silent shame and judgments of what has occurred, as well as the addictions to the overlay, and begin to choose to create an alignment with nature and all that is real? Are you willing to do that? Where is your focus? Where is your focus, people? May man's focus turn to that which is real. That which is real. That's again Melissa Kemper. Big up, Melissa. Always. Maximum respect. The words are. There's no words to truly describe her. She's too great. May man's focus turn to that which is real, to that which is sensory life form, and allow the overlay to dissolve in the most peaceful way possible. No need to create more war against it, as that will continue to self-perpetuating cycle of destruction born out of the ego. Rather simply allow it to fall away, one creator breath at a time, as our focus shifts to our true nature, unconditional love. What other form of love is there? What other form of love is there? Continuously breathing into the space of our own magnificence, allowing it to be gracefully expressed and holding the images that are in resonance with nature. Choosing in every moment to rely less on the overlay and moving towards sustainability, no matter how seemingly small the choices. Eating real organic food, either grown at home or by local farms, using less water, electricity, and fuel, disconnecting from the mind controlling distraction of entertainment. That's a good one. Creating community with those who are in your reality. And whatever else can be done in every moment in your specific experience. There is no fear in this space, as that emotion was of the ego, which is dissolving rapidly for those doing the work. It is in this space that we responsibly and consciously create the most amazing experience for all to enjoy. Oh, the joy for all to enjoy. Yeah. Get another one here. Because of the abuse that was inflicted upon the generations who preceded us, which is still sensed in the waters in which we exist, as well as the trauma experience in our lives that begin the moment our awareness arrive in the wombs of our mothers, our natural essence has been stifled, hidden, and denied. In order to survive what was and still is occurring through indoctrination, we developed a fear-based ego through which we have been able to exist in the overlay. This process has not only created a false identity through which we relate, perceive, and function in the overlay, but it has also taken much toll on our magnificent body technology. Our bodies have become accustomed to residing in a state of fight or flight, as that is almost have ever experienced. From the moment we are born, and sometime while is still in the womb, I have a problem with that word, the womb, which the traditional Western process is not natural and create much stress on both the mother and child. not to mention the poisonous drugs administered as well, we are immediately under attack from an external source. Be it the immediate administrating of vaccinations, the cutting of the umbilical cord, the unnatural sounds, bright lights, and overall chaos of the delivery room, or the process of weighing, measuring, etc., that rips the child away from their mother during the first ever so precious and important moments of bonding and transitioning the child lovingly and peacefully into this world. We are immediately under attack and thus in a state of fear and confusion. This is the groundwork being laid for the building of the fear-based ego to begin to develop. Then, depending upon how awake the parents are, the next few years usually consist of toxic baby formulas, laden with heavy metals and chemicals, poisonous fake food, and an overwhelming amount of teaching the child how to communicate and function in the world. Teaching them the foundations of a language that is not natural, usually through plastic speaking toys, computers, and television programming, as well as how to behave to make sure they understand what is acceptable and proper in the overlay. This process creates a sense of doubt and thus disempowerment, as well as the beginnings of the Savior program, looking to an external source for answers and guidance, be it teacher, God, governments, doctors, aliens, etc., as their own sense of knowing is being beaten down and demolished. Being embedded, yeah. All the while stifling the child's natural process of exploration of their surroundings and organic development of relationships with themselves and their reality. And if the child responds with refusal to this conditioning as these things are not natural, oftentimes they are punished, thus deepening the sense of disempowerment and creating guilt and shame. Don't forget the ongoing rounds of vaccine that parallel this process and that are poisoning the body and creating a disconnect to their natural essence, dampening the senses and muddying the ability to feel the consciousness that is all of creation. This process continues on for many years through schooling, the teaching of third parties' ideas, the introducing of more poison via whatever channel, food, vaccines, environment, etc., and the brainwashing through media, social and otherwise. Eventually, our will is broken and we submissively participate in the overlay, choosing a career that may or may not express any of the qualities of one true essence, simply to survive. No money means no fake food, no poisonous water, and no shelter by the terms of the overlay. Many develop Many develop such an amazing ego that their ability to succeed grants them what appears to be the freedom to buy, do and be whatever they believe they desire and or deserve. But this is just an illusion, as it is only satisfying the fear-based ego. Oftentimes, a dependency or addiction to alcohol, drugs, food eating is only satisfying the fear-based ego. Oftentimes a dependency or addiction to alcohol, drugs, food, eating disorder, porn or whatever else satisfies the ego is created to try to numb the deep sense that something is off or wrong with the world they experience. Many have various levels of depression, as that is exactly what is occurring. One true essence is being depressed and held back. For some, there comes a point when they realize that there is something more to this whole experience and go searching for answers, for the answers. But what they find, as the overlay was sure to be prepared for the exercising of the Savior program, in this capacity, is still more of the same, looking outwardly to find the answers, be it to a god, spiritual healers, psychic, angels, religions, aliens, channelings, guru, or some other program belief system. This is where many stop their process of awakening and the remembering of who they are, as they are so very far away from where they began their journey of dissolving the multiple programs of the ego, which creates a sense of accomplishment, and yet so close to the truth that the body senses this closeness, and therefore much resonance and experience on many levels. However, one is still looking outside of themselves, and thus still running the Savior program. The fear-based ego and the overlay are so very tuning. Yeah. We must drop it. We must drop it all. Every single bit of the programming that takes us looking outside of ourselves for the answers. We are Creator incarnate. We are the ones who manifest our realities. And it is through our amazing body technology that this occurs. We must heal the body of all that is has been subjected to, holding the image of our original blueprint with all of its inherent gift firmly in our awareness, and feeling the joy and power that coincides with this remembering. One can choose to manifest a long and arduous journey of healing, releasing, or one can boldly exercise their power and create a much shorter timeline to experience. The body has been in such a deep state of fight or flight for so very long that as the healing occurs, the need to support the body as guided is necessary. What medicine has labeled the endocrine system has been greatly afflicted through the indoctrination process and the choices made living through the fear-based ego. This is where the feelings of fight or flight are seated. Most, if not all, diseases are generated from or allowed because of the imbalance within this aspect of our bodies. And to bring it back into balance will reveal our true nature, with simultaneously supporting the dissolving of the fear-based ego, and vice versa. Existing in the overlay usually consists of using stimulants, coffee, caffeine, sugar, and other false energy creating substances to get one moving or to numb the pain of the overlay, and then the use of depressant, alcohol, pharma drugs, pot, and other depressing substance to settle the body back down from being too high or damp or amp. The ego loves these products as they keep one from experiencing their natural state of being, laxation. Hence the word relax, which is the space in which who one truly is can be felt, and the healing and revealing can transpire. Our breath is the deliverer of the order being placed for that which we desire to experience. As we hold the images and feeling associated with our desires securely in our awareness and bodies, drawing the breath in and down into the belly, many breath, short and shallowly, and only in their chest, thus stimulating various levels of anxiety. And then slowly and purposefully press the breath back out into the waters of all of creation. We are bringing forward those images and feeling to be experienced in the physical. It is all quite simple, and all of man has this inherent ability, and thus must be responsible in their creations. Because of the indoctrinations of the overlay, we have been unconsciously creating someone else's agenda. However, many are remembering who they are, and we are choosing to create something different. We are choosing to live in alignment with nature, the organic life sensing aspect of creation. And thus, the harmful and dead overlay is naturally dissolving away. Feel deeply the love that you are, allowing it to express in every moment, and thus bringing forward a reality that is the highest and best interest of all. Best interest of all. Boom! Big up, everyone. Ricky Longhill, Jacob, Nasir, greatness. Greatness, we're going to dissolve this overlay. It's a matter of time. The overlay is meant to be dissolved, for sure. The more of us the more Earth Guardians that stand up for love. Yeah, stand up for love. You know, you want to find a cause to stand for. Stand for love. Rise in love. That's what we should stand for. Love is the most powerful force we have right now. That is our weapon, you know. That is our weapon, love. And that's what we must use to there's no limit to using the power of love. No limit. We shouldn't limit ourselves. We should open our hearts fully open heart if we want to really create a change, but not only create a change, we want to affect other people positively. We want to affect others positively. That's what I want. I want to impact people's life, but in a positive way. In a way that if they are in a rut, if they are in a place of no return, they think they are at a point of no return, you can bring them back. This is what we want. We want to bring back the maximum people possible to the right vibration, to the good vibration, to stop attaching the stuff to the overlay, to realize the overlay. So this is the work we have to do. We can say that, but we have work to do, and there's work to be. Look, just writing those texts, she does a wonderful job. There's no word to describe what she writes and the teachings that she's giving us. And I'm taking back her text and putting it in video because not everyone will sit down and read it. That I know that we're a bit lazy and not everybody reads. So by doing it here, also it forces me to read it because who knows, maybe I wouldn't even read it. Who knows? I admit it, I'm not ashamed. I have to motivate myself to do things. I have to prime myself to do things. And coming here on YouTube, live and direct, I force myself to read stuff and to read conscious material and material that's going to bring my level of awareness higher. This is what we want. We don't want to stay in a low level of consciousness. Not really so much consciousness, it's our awareness that is growing. We are becoming more aware of the harm we're causing, of the power of love. We are becoming aware of many things that before our awakening, before our awakening, I can talk for you two guys because we're all in the same boat here. If we stick together, me, Jacob, Wisdom, Ricky, Nasir, and all the people that come that don't also mention themselves. I receive emails sometimes from people saying, Yannick, we don't log in, but we watch your videos. We want you to know. So there's a lot of people still, not a lot, but there's people watching them. And that's what I want. I want to affect people positively. YouTube is big. The world is big. Not That doesn't mean because I'm on YouTube that everybody will find me. Like you have to seek, and not everybody. So but it's expanding. The awareness is expanding. More and more people are joining, but it's not about joining only me. It's joining the movement, if you want, of awakening. Yeah, that's it's a movement because the mind is finally moving. It's not stable no more. It's not we used to be in locked in place, pause. We used to be on pause. Now at least we're expanding the awareness. The awareness been on pause for a long time. For me, it's been on pause. For other people also, because if not, we would have probably heard about all these stuff before in our journey. So for sure, the awareness is expanding constantly. Every breath I take, I become more alive. For sure, I become more stronger. But this is the work I do also, and this is where I want to. This is the first Ishta that my family is not celebrating, and it feels fucking phenomenal. Dirty Babylon, keep your claws off me, my wife, and my kids, and feel the pain. Yeah! Boom! Feel the pain, Dirty Babylon. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. That we have felt the pain for long enough. Long enough we have suffered. Long enough we've been in the fallen state. Now we are rising. Finally, we are rising out of the darkness. We coming out of the dark. We're seeing the light. We're seeing the light. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say I seen the light. For sure, I seen the light. If not, I wouldn't be on YouTube. But many people will fight you down when you see Jalight. That's what Bob said. Bob said that to me all my life. Jalight. I've never seen it. Now, finally, I see it. Jalight, I can say I seen it. And that's what we all see. And that's what we're all shining. Finally, the divine is manifesting in our thoughts. This is what's happening. The divine energy, the divine frequency is manifesting in our thoughts. And this is why man awaken is God, or the divine, or whatever name you want to put on it, label. But once you're awakened, you're something very, very powerful. You become unstoppable. Once you're awake and you know your value. You know that your value, your worth. You become unstoppable. That's what's happening. It's a non-stop process of expanding our awareness. That's it. So, guys, I'm leaving you. This was a short one this morning. I got stuff to do today, so and I'm starting doing a hangout again with Santos Bonacci tomorrow night, but I'm gonna be alone with him, and I'm gonna do it via Skype, and I'm gonna record it with the screen recorder. So that's the only way we found to do it. But I should be on with Santos tomorrow night, and I have all kinds of questions ready for him. Like that's how we're gonna do it. We're probably gonna do it every week or something, and we'll see how it goes. I'll talk to him tomorrow night, but I should publish a Truman Show with Santos late tomorrow night, I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock or something. So we'll see what happens. Yes, we are God's here to make love and beauty, for sure. Make love, make more love. Be consumed by love. For sure, be consumed by love. That's love is our force. Love is, when I look at my face when I talk about love, I come with a smile on my face. Love puts a smile on my face. It's love is very, very potent. Love is very potent. It's every time I talk about love, my whole being is becoming enlightened. It's like my whole vibration. Just the word love makes my vibration change. So it's very, very powerful. Just the words have power. So for sure, the good words have power. Love, love, love. So big up, guys. It was a short one. I'll be back another now and keep rising, keep shining. Herd Guardians. And we need more and more people to shine. We all have that beautiful light inside. It's just sometimes we forget it's there. That's all it is. But we all have that beautiful light. So shine your light. He's out. Rise and shine.